Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I cannot wait to jump into today's crafting tutorial because we are doing a super fun DIY project that I have been dying to do ever since I came across it on Pinterest. So on Pinterest, I came across this super cute DIY calendar that someone made out of an acrylic board and vinyl that they cut out using their Cricut, but they mounted theirs to their kitchen wall, and I kind of want to put my own spin on it and do something that will work better for me and benefit my family. So I decided to make an adorable menu board that is magnetic and I can hang on my fridge. So if you're ready to see how I made my adorable magnetic menu board, then keep watching. Alright guys, so for this craft you're going to need a few supplies. You're obviously going to need your acrylic board. Now I got mine from Lowe's. And then everything else, it's everything that you would normally use for a Cricut. You're going to need your vinyl in whichever color you would like, your transfer tape, your squeegee, weeding tool, something to cut your vinyl with, your cutting mat, your Cricut, and your computer or tablet that you work on your Cricut design space with. And then this part is optional, but I'm going to be using some paint, but you technically don't have to paint it if you don't want to. You could just leave it clear, but for the surface that I'm going to be putting my board on, I want to paint mine just to make it a little bit easier to read. And then for the surface that I'm going to be putting my acrylic on, I am going to be gluing some magnets to the back of my board, but you could certainly drill holes in it to attach hardware or whatever you would need. Like I said, I'm going to be putting my acrylic board on my fridge, so I want to glue some heavy duty magnets. These are just some like large ones that I got from Walmart, and then I'm going to be gluing them with liquid fusion, but you could also use like super glue. Hot glue would probably work, but just in case, I'm using this liquid fusion which I got off of Amazon, and it's just heavy duty performance adhesive glue. So that's what I'm going to be using to glue down my magnets. All right guys, I'm super excited to jump into it, so let's get started. All right guys, so I'm on a blank new canvas on my Cricut design space here. So first I'm going to start by adding a text box. And anytime I'm using a font that doesn't come on my Cricut, I always go to dafont.com. So I just wanted to mention that because that's where I did get the font that we're going to be using today. So first I'm going to type menu, and I already know what font I want to use, so I'm just going to move it over here and then select the one I want. And I love this new bookmarks feature on their fonts, so these are all the fonts that I've saved. So I'm using this cream candy font, and I'm just going to make this bigger here and kind of size it where I need to and move it around. And then I'm going to add a second text box, and now this is where I'm going to type all of the days of the week. And then when I'm done with this, I am going to weld out these words so that the Cricut doesn't cut these out as like each individual letters. I want it to cut it out as like a whole word so that all of the letters are connected just like they would be with like cursive. And I'm going to lower the line space because I don't like that they're so spaced out. I do need all these to fit on like a 14-inch acrylic board. Okay, so now I'm just sizing it where I need to, and I am going to attach all this so it cuts it out together. And I am going to mirror this because we are going to be putting it on the back, and you guys will see that later. So it looks good. I'm just going to hit mirror, and then I'm going to hit OK because it is larger than a 12 by 12 mat. And then I'm going to hit continue. And then I'm just cutting it out using regular adhesive vinyl. So I'm going to select vinyl, leave my pressure at default, and then we are ready to put our vinyl on our mat. All right, guys, so our Cricut is done cutting it out. So now we are ready to weed our vinyl. Alright guys, so now that I'm done weeding it out, I'm just going to lay some transfer tape over these and then we can put them on our acrylic. Now I'm gonna flip my mat over and peel off my words here. Okay, and you'll notice that I did mirror my words here, and I'm going to explain why in just a second. So we are about to lay this on the acrylic. Now you could put your vinyl on top, in which case you wouldn't have to mirror it or flip your words, but because I want my vinyl underneath the acrylic so that I can just write right on top of the acrylic and I don't have to worry about, like, every time I erase something or if I need to clean the board, I'm not worrying about my vinyl moving around or getting messed up or ripping off or anything. So the side that I'm putting this on is really going to be the back. So we're going to be flipping this over whenever we're done. All right guys, so I'm going to do the title first where it just says menu. So I'm going to peel off my backing here. And then I'm just kind of eyeing where the center is. Alright guys, so now I'm ready to add my white paint to the background. Like I said before, this is completely optional. You don't have to do this. I just want to with mine. Alright guys, so as you can see, I just finished painting. I did leave gaps in between all of the words. So I'm going to leave this setting for about 20-30 minutes and then I'm going to come back up here and put a second coat of white paint on. Alright guys, so our second coat of white paint is completely dry, so now we are ready to attach our magnets. Now originally I had a pack of these like really large magnets and they're like heavy duty, but I quickly realized that the magnets are like thicker than my white lines, so these weren't going to work. So I have some smaller ones that we are going to try to use. They are quite a bit smaller, but I also really like these because the large ones don't have anything to peel off. Like I was gonna have to glue these down. Now I don't have to glue them down because they come with these little sticky backs. You just peel it off and then it's sticky. So I love this because I don't have to paint one side of the magnet white to blend in with the lines here that I have painted, but also it's like a sticky back that's like attached to the magnet, so I don't have to glue it down, so that also saves me a step. I think I'm just gonna have to use more of these smaller magnets versus like 4 of the large ones that I intended on using. So I think that was kind of like a little blessing in disguise there. So I'm just going to add some magnets kind of throughout the back here, but I'm making sure that I'm keeping them all like hidden behind like the white paint. Okay, I feel like that's enough magnets. I've put 8 on here. I think that will hold it up, and if not, then we'll just add some more. So now for the final and most satisfying part, we're gonna flip over our acrylic board and then peel off this backing that protects it. And look how good this looks, you guys. You guys will get a better view of it, I think, on the fridge because it kind of just blends in with my white desk here. Now let's go add it to the fridge and see how it looks. All right, so hopefully you guys can see why I mirrored my vinyl now. It's on the back side, it's not raised, it's not on the front surface here. So now I can write all over this board with just a regular dry erase marker because it is acrylic, and be able to erase it just like a normal dry erase board. So now for the moment of truth. We're gonna test it by writing on it and then trying to erase it. That was so easy to do, but now for the hard part, coming up with a menu for the week. Ugh, I absolutely love it. I love that I went with the black and white because it's going to like continuously match any theme or color scheme that I do. I love that the white paint just looks so good behind that black vinyl. Now you could obviously like drill holes in it and attach it to a wall if you would prefer that way. I just chose to do the magnets on the fridge, number one, because that was way easier, but number two, because typically when I'm making a menu, I'm standing at the fridge. I used to have like a magnetic like sticky note thing that would sit on the fridge, and I would just write our menu on that as I'm like going through the fridge or unloading groceries or just throwing away things or going through things that we need to use. So a menu right on the fridge works best for us. So I am so happy with this. I love how it turned out. Originally, I was just going to paint the whole background white and not leave spaces, but I definitely like the spaces in between the days, and it just looks really cute. I think the next time I have some spare time, I need to make like one just like this to match, but for this side of the fridge, and have it be like a grocery list where I can like write things down as we need it or as I'm like throwing something away or whatever, so that as I go through stuff I can just write it down and it's right next to the menu, and if anyone needs something they can just write it down, and then before we like leave to go to the grocery store, just like snap a picture of it on our phones and just use that as our grocery list. So I think I'll definitely make a grocery list one for the other side of the fridge, and it'll be even better. But highly recommend trying out this DIY project. So quick and easy to do, and it came out so good. I love how this menu board came out, you guys. I love that I can put it on my fridge. I just love everything about this. So I'm so glad that I came across this little project on Pinterest. Like I said before, I think I'm definitely gonna have to do like a little grocery list one that matches on the other side of the fridge. Maybe I'll do like a little to-do list or something next to it. I don't know. The possibilities are endless, but I love that I can like do anything that I think would benefit like my family and I, and just help keep everything a little bit more organized. So that's where I'm gonna leave you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know I did. If you did like it, please let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. As always, you guys, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. And if you're watching this video and you're not already subscribed to my channel, then be sure to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye, you guys.